Hi everyone, it's Anna here at Dee's in Louisville, Kentucky, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Christmas swag with jingle bells for your front door. I started off with this swag that got mixed pine, some pine cones, and a little bit of snow on it. These swag comes in all shapes and sizes with different styles of greenery and berries on them. This one has no berries, it's a little bit more plain because I'm going to be adding a lot into it. That's why I chose this one. But they come in other sizes, like this one here where it has some leaves and berries. They also come snowy, smaller, and some are even a little bit longer. They're great to work with though because you can wire some things into it and really change the look of them and get something that you like that you could then change out next year if you decide you want to do a different decor. But today I'm going to add in rusty jingle bells. Jingle bells are really popular this year. Put them on your tree. They come in, again, 3 or 4 different colors in a lot of different sizes. So I'm going to twist a couple of these in and then do a little bit of ribbon and berries. I'm going to start out by putting in the bells. I want to do the bigger one a little bit higher up and the smaller one off-centered. So I need to fluff up my swag to make room for the bells. With the swag, you can put a little bit of greenery up towards the top as well. And that makes it even longer. But it also opens up some free space to wire things in. You don't want to fluff it too much. You just want to fluff it so it looks like natural pine. All right, now I'm ready to add the larger bell in. I'm not going to attach it by this rope because it will hang too low. I'm going to attach it by its ring. And it's very noisy, so when someone comes into your door, you will definitely hear them. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. Take a piece of cloth-covered wire. I'm going to double it up so it's a little bit stronger to attach this bell. Just go through the hoop and wire it right on. I like to bring it up around the back and go through the hoop that it hangs on the door with. And that's just an even more security to make sure it's not going to fall off. So just go right through that and then double knot it. Okay. Now that it's wired in, you can move it around, move your greenery a little bit to kind of hide where it's attached. And I'm ready to add the smaller one. It's the same style of bell, it's just a smaller size, and I'm going to tuck it right in here. Same thing, I'm going to cut off the jute. Double up my cloth-covered wire and tie it around. So this one I tied through the hanger. This one I'm going to tie around this pine cone for extra security. All right, there we go. So they're a little off-center, which I like. But that was definitely the toughest part of making the swag. The rest of it's really easy. All right, now I'm going to add in some ribbon. I chose this Burberry. I liked it because it's kind of got the rust and a little bit of gray like the bells, but then it has the pretty red back because I love red with Christmas. So I'm going to make a nice big bow and I'm going to attach it right up on top of the bells. Because it has a pretty red back to it, I'm just going to use one ribbon this time. It's 4 inches wide though, so it's going to show up really well. And I'm going to make a nice, really full bow. So leave a shorter tail going up and then make your loops. So normally when you make a loop, you're gonna make a medium loop that's about that big. It's about 6 inches. This time I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. It's gonna be more like 8 inches. So I've made my first loop. I'm gonna make another one. And to make this bow a little less like a perfect present bow, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it and get myself another tail and then start looping again. So go on and cut that one. So you're gonna have that kind of look there. Then go right back on top and make a couple more loops. And that's gonna be the way that you make a bow that has all those pretty tails that go all different directions. So I'm gonna make 2 more loops. And then leave this tail long so you can wave it all the way down your swag. So leave it about a yard and a half. Take another wire and tie it off. And now you're ready to tie it on. I'm going to go right in between these pine cones and around the hanger again. Now it's time to fluff it out. Got a little smash while I was tying it. But that's what's nice about wired ribbon. You can just fluff it back out. Maybe pull one of the pine cones forward so you see it. Bring that long tail around the bell. That's how I kind of catch it. I go around the bell. Instead of having to wire it in everywhere, just take it around your bell. Now I need to cut some tails. So I have this one kind of going up. Then I'm going to have this one that's a little shorter off to the side. And this one over here off to the side as well. So I've got my pretty bow on there. Now I'm going to finish looping the ribbon through. Once you've pulled it down through, you're going to want to leave about 10 inches and gather it again in your hand. And now you're going to twist it into part of your swag. So if you have a regular evergreen pine, you can just use it like twist ties. With this one, since the pine's a little bit more coarse, I might have to wire it in. But I'm going to go right next to this bell in between these branches here. And then I'm going to cut this tail down here. I'm going to move it around. I don't want it to hide my bells. I just want it to be a little bit of an accent. So I'm going to move it a little bit. Okay, so that bow is a little bit bigger of a bow, so it took about 3.5 to 4 yards to get one like that. But it's just one ribbon, so if you get a nice wide ribbon, you don't need as much as if you mix bows. Okay, so now what I want to add in is a little bit more of a touch of red. Since there's some red on the back of the ribbon, I want to add in some berries. So I just picked this nice red crabapple that's waterproof, that does great outside. And I'm going to tuck a few in around the bells. So same thing with these. You can wire them in, or you can dip them in a little hot glue and stick them here and there. So I'm going to add hot glue onto these to hold them in there. Just a little on the stem. And you don't have to chop the stem on these. You want them a little longer so they'll go up into the swag. So I'm going to glue some in right here. I'm going to glue some in down here as well. right underneath of the bell. And that pop of red there really makes that bell stand out. And then I'm going to add one more down here, right where this ribbon is twisted into the swag. You can stop there. You can always add more. I had pulled some of this variegated holly as well. I like it because it just adds a little color. So you could tuck this into behind the bow. Same thing, you just cut it off a little bit and glue it in. With this one, you can cut it short and attach it all in around your bow, and that looks really nice. Or you can leave it just like this. I kind of like it just like this with just a little pop of red so that the bells really can shine and stand out. So I'm going to leave it like this. If you want to see more tips and ideas on how to decorate for Christmas, check us out on Facebook, on our Instagram page, and also find us on YouTube. And also, don't forget to come to our open house this year. It's November 10th from 10 to 6.